So, just at one of the slave plantations, I thought I'd just show people, because I know a lot of people are not able to just come in person, right? So, when you understand some of the places, I think this is over like 200 different little so-called slave cabins or whatever. So, right? So, just off the rip, if you could just imagine, 30 to 50 of us living in here, that's the only thing that keep us warm, right? That's it, right? Just imagine, look how small this is. Now, they had a roof back then, but it done fell apart back then. But here's what I really want to show Yasharala, the Israelites, right? This slave plantation on the right, remember they used to force us, watch a movie called Uncle Tom's Cabin. They used to force shrimp, pork, lobster, crab, etc. down our throats. Well, they also made us build our slave cabins with oysters, with the shells, right? So if we understand the scriptures, right, we understand, this stretches out for like miles. Like it wraps around the entire plantation, even over there. Like I ain't even went all the way up yet. It stretches out for miles, right? So this is going up the whole northern Atlantic coastline. Now, here's what I want people to understand, Yasharala. We're not supposed to eat that stuff, right? The Most High can't come through. He can't come through, right? He can't come through if our temple is defiled with pork, shrimp, lobster, crab. So we were never clean, right? Look at the backside of it. Look, where they gonna run? Where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? Right? We were never clean if they forced this down our bodies, right? And then we come in and we sleeping inside of this. How are we ever clean? How are we ever clean? Like, think about this. How are we ever clean? Right? 30 or 50 people sleeping in here on top of each other. How are we ever clean? All right? I want you to think about that. Right? Like the scripture said. I'm going to put some scriptures with it whenever I do decide to post this. Right? But I always take my little one out so she could see, so she could witness, like all this. So if we made this out of oysters and other shells and stuff like that, right? Now this had a top to it eventually, right? I believe this is a place where they can come and cook at, right? And even right there. How's the Most High ever going to come through? I'm going to put that in Deuteronomy and in Leviticus, right? He can't come through our temple if we unclean. So just imagine that. We sleeping on oyster shells. They forcing shrimp, pork, lobster, crab down our throat. That's why they call it soul food, because it kills our soul. They call it soul food because it kills our soul, right? We got souls, we got spirits. They don't. They have no remorse. That's why if I was to give you a quarter right now today, that would be more than what we've received, than anybody has received in and during slavery. Look at this. Look at this. Like, I want y'all to see this stuff. A lot of people don't really understand, and they leave it up because they're prideful, right? They're boasting. These are the little windows. These are your little air vents. See them little holes? These are the air vents. Do you know how long this would have took? You see how big these walls are? And it's over, 100, 200 different cabins. Do you see how long this would have took to even be out at the ocean, making us picking up these oyster shells and building it and sleeping on the floor? Right? Come on now. Imagine if it's cold. Man, what if it's hot? This is the only air vent you got. That's your window right there. Right? Y'all see how eerie and stuff this look. I ain't gonna walk the whole site, but I just wanted to do this because every other weekend I try to get out, or depending on wherever I'm at, and see the different little slave cabins. I got another one to go to. I just found out about 2 days ago. I ain't never heard of that one, but I'm gonna try to check it out probably within the next couple of months. But I'm gonna add some scriptures to this. I just want to show y'all some of this. If you could see, I don't know if I could zoom in because I ain't walked over there yet. The slave plantation house way over there. Way over there. Right? And we're gonna go up to it here. I'm gonna go check this out right here, real quick. And all this whole land right here, all this different stuff. You can imagine this, it's just blood we stepping all on top of, right? Stepping all on top of blood. Yeah. And they got just the different oysters here because you gotta like melt them and things like that, and that's how they would make it, right? So actually some of this was going on. They left some of the stuff like that. You know? So anyways, with that, just wanted to give people a little snippet, if you will. Matter of fact, hold on, this one looked like let me go over here and look at this one. Last time I posted a video like this, it was a couple of years ago. I think I was at the Thibodeau plantation, or what they call the L'Oreal plantation. So it was a few years ago last time I posted something like this. So I think our people need to actually see this so they can see what's going on. I haven't been inside this one. I don't know what this is. That's definitely one of the older logs. Yeah, come on, man. Look at this, and they made us build it. So at first we didn't have one. You can see how old it was. Cause look, I'm taller than this. I got a duck to get in here. Come on, man. Come on, man. They probably at least had like 10 people, at least 10 people up in there. Look at this, man. Look at this. We got a lot to be thankful for, right? Look, I'm dodging the bee and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who this is. Scratch his name in there. It's Nate, right? I know it ain't Nat Turner or nothing like that. But nevertheless, anyways, I'm gonna put them scriptures in there to talk about the what's in Leviticus and Deuteronomy, right? How we ain't supposed to eat shellfish. We ain't even supposed to touch it, because if we touch it, we unclean. Why you think I'm not touching these walls, right? I'm very careful to make sure I don't touch these walls, because then I become what? I become unclean, right? So anyways, with that, I ain't even walking to the other side over there. Anyways, with that, shalom. All right, let me get into some of those scriptures, because I said I would get into some of those scriptures. Let me get into that real quick. Let me just dive right into it and get straight to it. So first, we got to understand, all right, so Esau, they search out the iniquities. So let's get straight to that, right? They know the scriptures, right? They don't understand it all like we do, but they know it, right? They know if they can get us to go off, the Most High won't be with us, right? That's Judith Chapter 5, verse 19 and verse 20. I ain't going to pull that one up. Let's go straight to Psalms 64, right there, verse 6. All right. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, meaning they know what's wicked. They find what's wicked. They find ways to keep us going off. And they accomplish it. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, meaning it's going to take the Israelites. It's going to take us right now today, right? The true priests, prophets of the earth, to break this stuff. It's deep. Like anyway, I just want to get straight to that, right? Matter of fact, let me go to Leviticus real quick, okay? And I'm just hitting the hot points real quick. All right. So, for example, Leviticus chapter 11. You just read this whole chapter, but verse 4 on down to like 7. It's talking about the different beasts that we can eat, right? It show you that swine is unclean, but focus on verse 8, right? So it's the different meats we're supposed to eat and can't eat. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. Even in a grocery store, don't touch it. What's a piece of bacon? Don't touch it. Well, this is made of pork, and this is made of whatever else we ain't supposed to eat. These are gator shoes. Don't touch it. Because now you unclean. See, they accomplished a diligent search. Now they got you rocking gator boots with it. You walking around unclean. All right? Let's keep going down. Matter of fact, let's go down to, verse 10. See, verse 10. I talked about the shrimp, pork, lobster, crab, all shellfish. Everything we eat supposed to have fins and scales. So oysters, all those different type of shells. See, they knew this. They accomplished a diligent search. They will force feed the bottom feeders down our throat So it's called soul food. It's killing our soul. It's killing us spiritually. And now the Most High cannot come through. We can sing Kumbaya, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, all we want. He can't come through because that's written in his law. And we're going to get to that. If we dirty and just defiled, he cannot come through. If you laying up there and you a so-called, I don't know, woke Hebrew, woke Israelite, hate even saying that, but right? But you laying there with a heathen wife, or your wife not keeping the commandments, and she eating bacon and stuff on her hamburger. The Most High ain't in your house because he can't come through. Right? Look at verse 10, right? And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in rivers, of all that move in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination to you. That includes sea moss for you half-woke Israelites. It's a living organism. It does not have fins and scales. Stop touching it. Put it to fire and boil it and see what it looks like and see what it does. That's what it really does in your stomach. Right? That's off topic. That's why Dr. Sabi ain't here no more. You think you get too big and too large and above the Most High? That's what happens. If you don't exalt him in everything you do, he'll take you out. All right? Here it is, verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. You shall not eat of their flesh, right? But you shall have their carcass eaten an abomination. In other words, don't even touch it. We're not even supposed to touch it. All right? So let's get into some of the cleanliness part, right? So understand, remember Jerusalem, I'm roughly paraphrasing, when Yahawashi said Jerusalem going to be trodden down by the Gentiles, by the heathens, right? And we was going to flee into West Africa, right? Flee into the mountains, flee into Africa and so forth. Our bodies became our temple. Why? Because we no longer have our temple right now. The heathens over there, we don't have it. So our bodies became our temple. So they know that, wait, if they body their temple, if we force this bottom feeders down their throat during slavery, the Most High can't be with them because he can't even come over there and hear their prayers. Because every time they speak, they coughing up with slobber, crawfish and crab and shrimp and oysters. Now imagine us in our bodies and then we laying our heads on it at night. See, they accomplished a diligent search. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I'm going to get straight to it. Verse 16. Know ye that ye are the temple of Yahawah, and the spirit of Yahawah dwelleth in us. So if we eating that stuff, it's killing our spirit, soul food, because it kills us. If any man defile the temple of Yahawah, him shall Yahawah destroy. For the temple of Yahawah is holy. Holy means separate. Which temple ye are. Be holy, be separate. All right? I'm gonna just get into a little bit more of that, right? I'm gonna go straight to Deuteronomy chapter 23. We're gonna get Deuteronomy 23. Let's go to verse 10, right? And I'll close it out. I just want to get a few, right? If there be any among you, any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanliness, right? Cleanliness next to godliness is why they say that. That chances him by night, then he shall go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. Because the Most High got to come through there. What if other brothers and sisters in there praying and you in there dirty? Nah, bro, get outside the camp, right? But it shall be when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp. Again, why? Because it's the next day when the sun goes down, right? I'm skipping verse 13. And that you shall have a paddle. This is when back in the day when we used to go to the bathroom, aka an outhouse, right? And you shall have a paddle upon thy weapon. And it shall be that when thou ease thyself abroad, when you go take a poop, thou shalt dig therewith, and thou shalt turn thy back and cover which cometh from thee. So you turn your back, right? Like animals do. They really, you don't want to stir nobody in the eyes when you're pooping. You turn your back, you take the front of your weapon, or like they have knives on the front of their guns, and you dig a hole and you cover it up. That's why dogs do that, because even animals keep the law. Let's keep going. Verse 14. For Yahawah our power walketh in the midst of the camp to deliver thee. So deliver us salvation. So how can he be in our temple if it's defiled, if it's dirty, if it's oysters in it? He can't even come through the camp. And to give up thine enemies before thee. This is why slavery took so long. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee and turn away from thee. So with that, shalom.